Welcome and welcome back to The Whole Bucket. I am Cheryl and this is the Friday Freebie feature, where we're going to talk about some freebies that you can find on the internet. If you have a printer and can print out your own digital kits, there is all kinds of art supplies out there to find. Today we're going to continue the freebie from Darcy at Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media. And I remember when I left off last Friday, I couldn't decide if I was going to finish this or move on to another freebie, and I decided to do both. So here's a bunch of stuff that's left from Darcy's. This is just a glue book for when we're gonna glue stuff together in a minute. But I printed out these two extra freebies. This one is from Victoria Designs, and I don't know if I'm gonna cut this out or some words or some of this, but I had gotten this freebie previously and printed out these and punched them out into circles. Since Darcy's freebie has critters and coffee, this is the critters part from Victoria Design. Debbie over at Ink and Page has done a coffee freebie. So can you mix freebies? Yep, you certainly can. And we're going to do a little of that today. So I'm adding some extra critters and some extra coffee bits. I made a mistake and went and used some of this stuff already, so I had to print it out again. Now I have a bunch more stuff to use. There we go. Yeah, so we're going to get busy. I have done a few things. For instance, I have done some playing with an idea for cover art. And then I went through the journal and cut out / processed a bunch of pieces for each area in this journal. Not each area. I think there's some that are still not treated somehow, don't have a thing in them. But I put in a bunch. Oh my, no yawning allowed. Come on. I did put in a bunch of stuff in a bunch of places for us to use today and to hopefully speed things up. I still don't think we're going to get 100% done with this journal out of Darcy's stuff. But we're going to get pretty far along using the stuff that I put in place. So, with that said, I will set aside this pile of stuff. And I'll show you what I have in store for the cupboard. Nope. I will show you what I have in store for the cover. The cupboard? Oh my. Oh my, oh my. So I'm going to grab a rotary cutter that I have and lay this down right here. And let's see where I can chomp this. I think I will do it right here. Actually, I think I'll move it over 1/2 inch. I think I'll do it right about there. And cut this little piece of fabric. Did you see that? I saw my fabric wiggle. I don't know how that's going to turn out. But here's my idea. Take this fabric, put the frayed end over on the edge. So it's the same side, the right side of the stuff is it's got some glue on it. Okay, so here's my idea. I'm going to go like this, and then I'm going to take a yellow strip and put it about like so. And then take a strip from this. Actually, you know what? Here, let's see if this one's, nope, this one's not long enough. I was going to say maybe the darker would be better. But I kind of want it longer than this. Let's see it. Let's try it and see what happens. Take a piece of this pattern anyway, and then put this over the top. This is a very strange sort of cover. I've certainly never done this idea before. But I do like the idea of making it the darker. Oh wait, here. I don't think, maybe I don't have to cut another piece. Yeah, I do. That one's a piece of junk. No junk. No junk allowed. Here we go. This is not the darker. Whatever. Okay. So I want to stagger this a little bit. So I'm going to cut this about right here. Have it staggered. And put this on the front of the journal. Then, okay, let's get this far anyway. So I think I'm going to pull it down a little farther and pull it out a little farther. So we're going to glue this down right here. I'm going to go ahead and use glue stick on fabric. A little weird, but I am going to glue this fabric to paper, and we are going to do something to get it more permanently tacked in place. So, I'm okay with it. I should have brought my glue book back over, shouldn't I? There we go. I can stop stressing about where the glue is going. Okay. Let's move the scraps over farther. So the glue book can be in a handier spot so we can see the journal we're working on. Okay. While I'm working on this, I have a completely not journal art related question. It's a quiz. It's a pop quiz. No, it's not a quiz. It's a pop poll. I would like to know if you agree or disagree, because I was re-watching Wednesday, and I remember the first time watching through it and the reviews from it, and I kept hearing what a fabulous Morticia and Gomez, the actors, made. And I, when I was watching it, thought they were awful. I didn't think that was Morticia's attitude in life, and they weren't, I don't know. I didn't think they were a very good Morticia and Gomez at all. Am I alone in this opinion, or did other people share the opinion that, no, they weren't that great? I need my scissors, and I need to make sure, I don't have to make sure I get a straight line, but I certainly do want to put in a little effort to get it straight. Otherwise it will drive me bonkers. Having a crooked line is just the worst. And I think I want it this way. And it is definitely taller than it needs to be. So let's get another bit off there. Let's get this much off. Hey, come on. Anyway, yeah, leave a comment. If you watched Wednesday, let me know what you thought of Morticia and Gomez. Ah, there we go. Good. All right. That must be all I had to talk about, because boy, I went quiet there, didn't I? And it's not like gluing the strip on takes that much thinking. Okay, so here is the next thing I want to do. I'm going to get all of these pieces put in place, right? And then I think we're going to add some metal bits in the form of brads in the corner of this piece. Corners. All the corners, not just one corner. Okay, I'm going to open that to squish it flat. Squish, squish, squish. Okay, I don't think that my microphone picked that up, but that was a little hilarious. I said squish, 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 and a cat just outside my studio door said, meow. It's like at one of those echo games. All right, let's see if I can get some tiny little brads, or maybe just some regular ones, who knows. I should have found them ahead of time, shouldn't I? It doesn't make for good TV if you just leave people sitting there wondering what the heck you're doing. But I am off screen right over there trying to find where my brads live. Because you would think I would know. But not always. Not always. Well, I found some super fancy ones. I'm not going to use those because they're really big. I don't want to use eyelets because they wouldn't reach. I don't want to use these ones with the little hoop on them because there's no need for that. Where are my plain old brads? I may have to get a special brad box. I kind of do have a special brad box. I wonder if I put them in there. Let's find out, shall we? I don't think so. I don't see any brads in here. I do have a metal adornment pack, though. No brads. No brads. Alright, well, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to push this down. I'm going to hold this down for a sec. I suppose I should make sure that it's staying in place, right? Because what good is this if it doesn't stay in place? think I need the glue to be dry before I put the brads on anyway. So I think we'll just hold this in place for a few minutes, then allow it to dry. Don't let us get in your way, Revan. I'm just working here. It's okay. It's okay, Revan. I'm not going to put any of this stuff on this page until that glue is dry and the brads are on, because this stuff will help cover up the feet. Right? So let's just leave that and move on to a different page while it has some time to dry. Same concept here. See you later, Revan. Bye, buddy. Okay, same concept here. I like repeating concepts. I didn't even realize I was doing it. We're going to glue this down. This part doesn't matter that much, but these sides sure do, because it can't be a very good tuck spot if it's not glued down. Okay, then I apparently had the exact same idea. I think I'm going to do it the opposite way that I intended, though. Let's check it out and see how it looks. So I think I was going to do this, maybe over here, with a little collage-y bit. But now I think I'm going to pull this to over here. And still do a collage-y bit. So it would go something like that. Well, I don't know why it would go like that. I don't like that at all. Alright. Well, I like these two pieces in any case. So I think these two pieces are going to go on no matter what. Let's get them glued. Let's get them glued in place. That's the important part. Start somewhere. Just start. You don't even have to have as much planning as I just did, right? Just start anywhere. Just grab a piece of paper and glue it somewhere. Just anywhere. What in the world is so lumpy in the middle of this book? Probably just the knot? That might just be the knot. I don't know. No, there's something right there. Oh, the knot from the second signature. Okay. Alright. I had no idea. Okay, let's glue this one. Sit there, you. Alright, now let's figure out what we're going to have here. So that tag is going to go in the pocket because I love the way the doggy peeks out from behind the tag, and then when you pull it out you see he's chilling with a coffee and donuts. That's super cute. And his glasses and hat make him look smart, so I'm going to put coffee and books with him. I think I like this here. So I think I'll put this right here, and then this can go where? I don't like that. Maybe here. This is kind of the way I had it though, isn't it? Yep. This is the way I had it a few minutes ago, mostly. And I thought I didn't like it, but actually I think I do like this, and this is what I intended. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. I'm going to put my fingers in the part I don't want glued. Because I'm going to go ahead and glue this bottom down. It'll just add strength to the pocket. There we go. There is no problem adding a little extra strength to pockets and such. It never hurts. Alright, I'll do that. And then I want this just peeking out. So I think I'm going to glue this in place before I do the rest. Try to get that straight and then do the whole thing. Okay. Okie dokie. And then get that in place right there-ish. I'm going to have to be careful because I forgot that part of this is going to hang over. And I glued it where I don't want glue. I also twisted it, so now it's lopsided. Wow, doing great here. Don't mind me. I'm gonna power shift this stuff. Alright, so I gotta let the glue dry a little bit right in this corner. Doesn't feel like it's gonna be too terrible, and then this is gonna end up going right in there, hanging out with the puppy. I'm not going to finish the tag right now. All it really needs is a bit of ribbon or a string or a tab or a something, because it already is printed on the back. That's drying nicely. Flip the page. This one's stupid easy. All I want to do is turn the vanilla into a tag holder. Tuck spot, and this tag is going to go right here, and it's going to stick up a little bit, a bit like that. One of the things that happens entirely too often is that things get put in the same place for me. Always the bottom left corner, and always, almost always toward the outside, but sometimes too far on the inside. So I've either got too much here or too much here, and either way, the book bulks up lopsided, which is not good, and or doesn't close properly because I've gotten too close to the spine, or the, you know, the sewn in part. So I try to challenge myself to get out of that, and top left is better than bottom left because I already do too much down here. But I thought that was a lovely tuck spot. It pulls these colors across the page and over to here. The one thing I don't really care for is that it doesn't pull it down to here, and this is kind of up. I don't know, and this is way up, too much up with the purple. I don't know. That might be getting a little too carried away. Here is a gosh darn shame because I don't remember what I was going to do with this stuff at all. And I'm sure I had it, paper clipped together for a reason, and I'm sure I didn't put it together because I was going to do it on camera. But I didn't write any notes, so I don't know what I was going to do. Look at that though. Add a little raccoon. Nope, don't like that. Don't like that. Okay, so what if I put the bear up here and the raccoon over here? I can pull the bear over more. Okay, so, okay, this is a halfway decent layout. I'm not in love with it, but it's okay. But what was I gonna do with it? Was I gonna turn it into a tuck spot? Was I just gonna decorate the page? Oh, I think I know what I was gonna do. I think I was just gonna turn it into decoration for right here again. Oh my gosh, I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know, folks. I don't know. I should have written something down so I would know what I was thinking. It might have just been a decoration because lots of yellow. No yellow. Now I pulled the yellow and orangey yellow over. I wonder if I just wanted to make it over here. I don't think so, because I would want the animals facing the other way if I did. Do I have anything on the next page? I do. You know what? I'm going to put this back together and leave it and see if I can remember what in the world I was supposed to do. At least this one's rather self-explanatory, right? A pocket, a tuck. There we go. So let's get this glued down. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. We have a pocket. breaking up this pattern. And then it looks like I just made a little card, so this is actually just a folded piece of the digital printed paper. I might do something to decorate it around the corners, or who knows what, when I do the detail work on this. But again, I like pulling the orange over to the not orange, or the yellowish over to the not yellowish. Okay, so looks like each of these sides is going to have a tuck spot with a folded piece of paper journaling space with a journaling tag. So first things first, get these bits glued down. Okay. Still don't know if I'll make the center decorated, and I think what I will do is create some sort of decorating, shading, something on this stark white, because I am one of those people who does not care for stark white, but we'll see. Same thing again, moving some of the yellow over to the green, or was I gonna do green over to the yellow? I kind of like that, but this is journaling spots, so this is not, so I think we'll do this. So we're going to turn this squirrel into a pocket. Because he's adorable and I love him very much. I think I put too much glue on and can't put this card in. You'll see in a second. We shall see. The proof is in the pudding. Or in the pocket. Might work actually. I'm going to let it dry and we'll check it out. We'll check it out when it's dry. Goodness sakes, I'm going to put my own audience to sleep. Everybody yawn with me. Nothing bunches. We got a flip out. We got a page decoration. We got a file folder with 2 bits in it. This is from the ink and page set. So I'm going to go ahead and get this on here. Ow. Ow. I think I'm going to just do the, whoops. I'm going to do giant glue stick. Because that's a lot of space to cover. Oops. Giant glue stick. Whoa, look what I did. That's a big chunk of glue. I must have dug my glue stick into the edge of the paper. and it ate it right up. I am not sure how I want to do this folder, so I'm not going to do anything with this right now. We'll see how far we get. I don't know how much we'll go back to, or I'll just do the flip through thing, right? But here's the thing. Wait. I got a wonky fold. I'm going to fix this wonky fold before we do anything else. We are now unwonkied. So I could put this folder here and put some sort of clothes on it so it can hold things. I could glue it shut and have a tuck spot in it. I could have a tuck spot behind it and in it. All kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of stuff that could happen here. And I'm not sure what I want to have happen. So we're going to leave that. And then I thought I would take this and put this one here. It needs to be trimmed. So I'm going to mark where, and then we're going to get this one glued in place. Just put a little pencil spot right there. Actually, I want that on the other side of the page. So I want a little pencil spot right there. And then that's going to take that off. And I'm going to turn it this way, right? Shoot, I don't know what I'm doing here. And then I guess I'll put it right there. And let's get this chomped. Chomp away. Get rid of that bit. Oh, that worked out good. And get rid of that bit. Get this glued in place. I'm going to try to use as much of this glue as I can. Looks like I can probably just squish it back into the tube and use all of it. And be a little more careful this time. Not catch the edges. That's better, I think. Watch me flip it over and have another big chunk on there. That would be kind of hilarious and about my speed. Let's see what I got. I do see a couple little chunks. Not bad though. Mostly not bad. Come here, mister. Okay. Let's get this glued down. Don't know how I'm gonna decorate this one either, but I might just leave it. Writing space and gluing space for this journal's future owner is certainly not gonna hurt anything. In fact, they might be a really good idea in a journal. Ugh, that's way too much glue on the wrong side of the paper. I may have to wait a minute or I'm going to end up gluing the book shut by accident. Okay. There we go. Signature number 2 has a bit of a different feel. So I've got these pockets right here. Oh, I already glued them shut. All I've done is fold a little piece of the page, the page, printed page, digital pages. There we go. I'm going to leave that as it is. It'll probably get more decoration down the road. Okay, so here is the next thing I need to do now. I'm going to make this piece of cardstock a tuck spot on both sides of this paper because it has a hole right here and it has a rip right there. And those are just things that, I mean, they're not a problem in junk journaling and there's ways to fix them. This is just one of the many ways that you can fix this kind of an issue, is you can cover it up with something. You could also fold up this page or tear it off. Oh, and create something totally new. This is just the way I chose to do this one right now. So what I'm going to do is I'll do a little bead of glue along the bottom of this pocket to help hold the pocket in place, and then I'm going to go up just this one side. Then I will turn the page, and I've already gone across the bottom, don't need to do that again, but I will go up this side. Actually, this is the same side, just continued. Right, since it's folded. Silly. And then, because there's also a tear in the paper, and to continue design concepts that I have previously started in this journal, I am going to take this piece and put this along the edge. To me, this did a couple of things. Well, a few, I guess, because first of all, it covers up the hole. Second, it continues that rectangles on the side kind of thing. And then at the top of it, I cut an angle that mimics the pocket, so I'm continuing that little bit to make it look very on purpose. More on purpose than just I need something to cover the tear in the side of this paper so that the paper doesn't get so weak that the user will have problems. Also, if you are making a journal like this and you have a torn piece of paper, you can just leave it. You know why? Because the new owner should feel invited to do whatever they want, and they could fix it just like I am right here, or they could fold it, or they could tear it. And I think tearing a journal that you just paid money to buy is probably very counterintuitive, right? But if you put torn pages in it and introduce the concept ahead of time, maybe the owner will get the idea that it's okay to do whatever you want to do. Here's something that may be considered a flaw, but it's not a flaw, it's just an opportunity. Okay, so there is the tuck spot on both sides, and I have this envelope not glued yet, so I'm going to glue up this envelope quick. There is not a ton of overlap, so I'm only going to do one stripe of glue. If there's a larger overlap in your envelope, you'll want to glue in the outside corner of the bottom strip and the inside edge of the top, and the outside edge of the top strip. Yeah, that's right. So both edges, so that there's 2 points of gluing and 0 floppy kind of ridges. You don't want ridges in your pockets. Maybe you do. I'm actually only going to do this little curve right here and this little curve right here because I'm kind of thinking I might create a little tuck spot on the back of this coin envelope, like right there for a little something. Just a little something might go in there. That would be a surprise. It would be a surprise to me too because so far I have nothing to actually go in the envelope. Both of those things could happen. Anyway, I think I want that tucked in there, and then we're going to need something over here. To solve the problem of what goes in pockets and tucks, I took a bunch of the cards. Whoops, that's not one. I took a bunch of the cards from Darcy's kit, and I printed doubles of them. Then I cut out the focal piece to give it tiny bits of elevation and dimension. Can you see that? You can. You totally can. Okay, so I outlined and shaded a little bit, but that's a little bit of dimension. This whole thing is a little bit. This whole thing is this. It's just the coffee pot and the bird. This, it's the whole coffee cup. This, it's the whole coffee cup. But I did that to all of them, and certainly we have things to tuck in, but I think we need a critter peeking out of this pocket, don't we? I think the kitty might be too short, so I think we're going to have to go with coffee pot and birdie with the coffee cup. That actually makes sense anyway. So I think we'll do that. There might end up being something else in there. I don't know. But that's pretty good. To the center. I haven't done anything to strengthen this page, and this is super light packing paper, but this one is not torn. It does not have holes in it. It just has lovely wrinkles. I like this with the kitty looking at the butterfly. I don't remember what I was thinking I was going to do there, but I obviously changed my mind because I couldn't give up the kitty looking at the butterfly. This is the same as the other one. Again, just a folded paper at the moment and completely not decorated on either side. And we're to the back of the book, and I will show you how this is going to go. And then we will pause for what? We will take a short pause for Brad hunting. That's what. Okay. Let's get this one glued down and move on. I don't think I'm going to be putting any brads or any metal things or any flips or anything too terribly exciting on the back end of this book. So I think it's going to be okay that I'm gluing this down. I hope that's true. I hope I'm not sorry. But even if I am, there's ways to fix it. Okay, there we go. I did have somebody say a comment about the mistake that I made with the lace, and I think it was Teresa, and she said, I hope you find an easy fix. I totally did. You'll notice that the lace is now laying completely flat. So because this is partly because it's manufactured lace and partly because it's got these itty bitty sections in it, I was able to just cut a few of the itty bitty sections so that it didn't pull against them. And then I always put a little glue dot at all of the places where the thread goes for the signatures goes into the spine. So when I did that, I made sure that I glued down the tiny bits that I cut so that they won't fray anyway because it's manufactured lace, but just to make triple sure they don't catch on anything. So it turned out to be a pretty easy fix. All right, I'm going to pause. I'm going to go Brad hunting. I'll be right back. Okay, hello there. So I just used an awl to poke the holes, and I found some brads that I'm not thrilled with, but we're going to use anyway. And I hit the unpause button too soon apparently, because why are there only 3 here? There were 4 just a second ago. I swear they were here. I didn't want to use these black ones because I think they're too harsh for this cover, so I tried covering them in gilding wax, but I didn't like the silver, so I thought I'd add some champagne gilding wax over that, but the champagne is so dried out it just wiped the silver off. And then I had to keep going with that because then they would end up too uneven to use them if I didn't. So I kept going with taking the silver off using the gold. And then I tried doing some alcohol ink on them, which did tone down the black a little bit and add a little aging kind of look to it. So I'm mildly okay with what I ended up with. There's the other one. And we're just gonna go with it, because I can't just waste everything because of the silliness, right? So go ahead and get the brads in place. Put the little feetses down. I'll turn this so the feetses are going the same direction as the paper, because I don't want feet sticking out, you know? I don't want the legs sticking out anywhere. Turn it. If I can, I might put a gloss or a color or a something over the top of these brads if it bothers me that much. But it might not. I might be just overstressing a silly thing. So I'm going to take my power hammer. This thing is beastly. And just give a quick tap like that. Just to flatten out those brads. And then we're going to go ahead and get this page glued down. And this will probably be the end of this video, right? We'll do put a couple of these pieces in place, all these extra cards I made. I do have a little booklet I will show you that I made. We'll see if we can tuck that in as well. And then there's some detail work that you can just see when I do a flip through. I should do some flip through videos. I have promised quite a few and not done any yet. But there, we're going to cover up those brad feet. Cover up the brad feet. There we go. Whoops. Book's trying to escape. There we go. So on this page, let's see if I can find what I wanted. On this page, we're going to have this little thingy. So this is one of the things from Darcy's kit, and I just left an extra piece of the white page next to it, cut out the cup, and flipped that under. So this is going to be a strong edge right here. It'll be weaker right here, sure, because it's only one layer, right? But it'll be all right. And we're going to make a tuck spot out of this. I'm just going to put a little glue to hold that flap down on the top end. And then the bottom can go all the way across and the back can go all the way down. And then this is a tuck spot for that tag. And we're going to put it right here in my favorite spot to use entirely too much. The bottom left corner. The bottom left corner, my go-to spot. And this tag is going to get tucked into the pocket. There we go, just like that. That's going to be a tuck. It kind of looks like we're gonna need some contrast pieces, but that'll be all right. Or we put it in this way instead, which is also totally doable. I kind of like that actually. There's tiny bits of yellow in this log and in the owl, in its feathers and in its feet, just a tiny bit. And it just brings it right out. And in the paper a tiny bit too. Mostly it's orange, but there is a little bit of this yellow. But that's going to go in there somehow. One of the ways. Alright, let's quickly do a couple of things. One is this little guy. So I have a lot of access to 3D printed thingy jobbers lately. One of them is this. This is the larger size I printed, and look at how tiny this gets. This is a paper clip or a bookmark. So it's super lightweight and super tiny, and it just sits there like that, right? So I'm going to put a couple of these in there somewhere. But I turned one into this envelope. So I just cut the top of the envelope off and glued this part down as a frame. Lined it with paper and put a little tiny card in there because we need to put some little critters all over this book, right? Critters and coffee. Two of the best things in the whole wide world, critters and coffee. Now we need a place to put this, and it could be a tuck spot on one of the empty pages possibly, although it's a little heavy and bulky, so it might have to go, maybe it's going to go on the back cover somewhere, like right there even. Right there. Should I just do it? Just do it, lady. Not yet, because we might want it to hold something. Let's pull these down and get them in somewhere, and I'll show you the booklet I made. So it's, I guess it's not a booklet yet. I don't know if it will end up being a booklet, but right now it's just a card. And I want to put this here and this here because he has a vanilla coffee, and this I think is going to go here. Something like this was going to occur. Something very like this was going to occur. Oh, I like that. Okay, I think we're going to do that right there. So this is going to be glued on. I'll put some glue right here. This is going to glue on so that the jar, the little, the mouth of the jar is going to fit around the word vanilla a little bit. The A in vanilla. Then we can glue this whole piece down. Whoopsies. I got glue on my thumb instead of the paper. It's alright. Let's get this into place. And then we'll put our little squirrel enjoying his coffee. Right there-ish? Right there-ish. Okay. Looks good. No, I almost put glue on the squirrel side. Did you see that? Poor squirrel. He's in grave danger. Go like that. So I'm not sure where this is going to end up going, but we sure could put him in here. It's actually a little too tight. We could put, no, we don't want to do that. That's, I don't know what I'm going to put in there. I need some contrast in there. I know that. I will need to finish that tag right there. I have glued my pages together. I kind of knew I was doing that though, didn't I? I got a bunch of empty spaces in here. It may stay that way because it's not a bad thing. But it may be an opportunity to get some more bits and bobs in here. Two of the same cup don't sound good to me. Do we need another coffee in the coffee? That might stay like that. I'm not in love with it, but I don't hate it either. Those are going to stay just the way they are. This guy is holding on to a yellow... Oh, there we go. I want that. This guy is holding on to a little yellow page. I'll probably end up rounding corners on that thing. Possibly putting a word or decoration with him because he's so cute. I want him to be expressive. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let go. Okay. This whole situation will be going in here somewhere, somehow. What if we decide to make this a tuck pocket and a tuck spot? Or, wait. A tuck, no, a tuck spot. Just have some of that teal coming out because of the teal back here. And then maybe a behind the scenes pocket right there, continuing the brown up there. I like that. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. But I'm not going to glue this folder shut yet. I think it's going to end up being glued shut as a pocket. The reason I'm not going to glue it shut right now is because I want to add some color to that tab top. I want to add some color right here. So a little piece of something. A little piece of something will go in there, like maybe... Well, that's not a very good demonstration, but something just to cover the tab, perhaps. Will go in there like that, and it'll be cut out to match the tab, which I probably should have done before I glued the whole thing down. And that can go in there, and this can go back here. Right? Like that. That should look good. I'm not sure what to do with this part. I might just stamp some design on it or stamp some lines on it for writing on both sides. Then this one, I might just leave the way it is. Again, totally not sure. I can't put everything on one signature. Sometimes I do so much stuff, I forget to save anything for the second signature. So what could we put in here? Could we put a kitty? I mean, it's way too short, isn't it? But look how cute that is. Yeah, it's way too short. I need a taller something for in there. I like this birdie, but I think the birdie needs a friend, and I think we will add some coffee for the birdie because everything in this book has coffee, and this little guy would feel left out. No, because he has a cup of coffee, doesn't he? And I don't want that repeated. Maybe that's the way to go. Shorter. Maybe shorter is the way to go here. I don't know. I don't know, guys. Maybe taller's the way to go here. This booklet would almost fit in that envelope. That's a little too much, I think. Something's going to go in there with the bird. Something. There's going to be so many things to show you in the flip through. Because look at how many decisions I'm not making. I think that can tuck into there. Just lovely. So I have to put this down, put it a little extra far. I think I have to put it right about there. So right on this little part of the coffee ring. There we go. I knew I'd find it. So as I'm closing up this video, thank you to Darcy from Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media, to Tina at Victoria Designs, and Debbie at excuse me, Debbie at Ink and Page for all these freebies. What I want you to remember is that everybody does their freebies however works for them, in whatever way works for them. Meaning, sometimes you can find your freebies the exact same one that I'm showing you. In the case of Darcy, you can still find this very large journal creating size freebie from Darcy. Debbie at Ink and Page puts a new freebie out every Monday and then repeats it on Friday. So if you sign up for her newsletter, you have a couple of chances to get the one freebie, but then the next week it's going to be a different freebie. So the sooner you sign up, the better, because you're missing some really nice art. And then for Tina at Victoria Designs, if you sign up for their newsletter, you get newsletters about their new kits and some packs and specials in their shop, and new instructional videos on YouTube and all kinds of stuff. But you also, every once in a while, get access to freebies, which can be a small page of freebies. It can be a whole kit of freebies. It can be once I think there was templates that were a freebie, and oh my gosh, that's just handy to have. So all kinds of different stuff. And then I've seen people who have rotating freebies and records of freebies, and oh my goodness, it's just, you absolutely never know. You absolutely never know how people are going to manage their freebies. If you are not able to find the ones that I show on the Friday freebie feature, just know that however they operate their freebie, more will come to you. I'm not showing freebies of people who do a one and done forever, right? One and never again. That wouldn't be very nice, especially if it was one of the people who didn't leave it up for very long. You have 24 hours to claim your freebie, and then you're out of luck. Yeah, I wouldn't feature that. Okay, so that's it. Let's be done for today. Excuse me. I can't put this in the pocket because I will end up gluing it to itself. And I'm going to stand the book up so the pages, goodness, stop getting glued together. I'm going to go find a beverage because my throat is incredibly dry. And I need a beverage. Thanks for tuning in. Check out the description box for all of the artists that are included in this journal. And watch for a flip through. Check it out when it's done. Tune in next Friday for another Friday freebie feature. And I think it's going to be a new artist. I'm so excited. See you next time. Bye.